welcome to the Chaos Creators. I am Noki the Deer, and this is
And you're me, apparently? Okay.
I'm gonna.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh my god.
That caught me off so much.
3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody. My name is Markiplier.
Okay, get out! Get out!
Who knew the intro was gonna be the hardest part now? Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Chaos Creators Podcast. I am Noki the Deer. This here's Skyline Corgi Fox. That there's Potato. And right on the end down there is Saturn Petal. And thank you all for tuning in. And all that good stuff. All right, today we're going to be talking about
Wow.
a couple of our fun things. We're going to be talking about all 10 of our music videos we've made recently. We're also going to talk about how our thoughts on the trailers for the FNAF 2 movie. And a couple of other small things. So, let's go ahead and get started on talking about that FNAF 2 movie that's coming out, because we're all super excited about it, I know. Because 3 of them are extreme FNAF fans. I'm just here. Hi, how you doing? So, my thoughts on the whole FNAF 2 movie, because I actually enjoyed the first one a lot. It was actually really good. I'm actually really excited for it because all of the animatronics they have made for it all look amazing. Everything looks great. The whole cast they have for it, I mean, they have 2 of the actual Scream 1 original killers in it now. So I'm really excited to see that. What are your thoughts on it so far, Sky?
I think that they've kept really true to Scott's models with these ones. The toy animatronics look amazing. I'm very excited to see what they're going to do with Mangle, especially since she was on a car.
GTA, man. GTA.
Okay. Okay.
Alright, what are your thoughts on it, Potato?
I excited. I'm gonna hopefully go to the theaters and watch it, cause I didn't go to the theaters last time. My mom wanted to stay home and watch it, but hopefully we go to theaters. But I want to watch it. I'm excited for it.
Alright, and Archer?
I think it's gonna be cool. I think it's gonna be really peak. But what I'm more worried about is that we're not gonna get as much gruesome as we did, as we should. But I think because they waited for a little while, they waited until we were older. But I doubt they'll do that. I doubt they'll do that.
Okay. Alright, after we got our little thoughts on that, now we're going to move on to... I don't know why that's playing, sorry about that. Now we're going to start moving on to our actual music videos. So if you haven't seen any of our music videos, I highly recommend going watching them all, because then you'll understand what we're talking about. While we're discussing our music videos here, we're going to be also kind of going into some of the behind the scenes about how some of the scenes went. Talk about, some of the difficulties we had along the way, some of the positive things, the things we learned, the fact that we, had a lot of people come and help us in them. So we're going to kind of go through some of those things and just how we felt about them all in general. So first off, we're going to be talking about our music, VR music video we did called Freddy, which was for the 10-year anniversary of Five Nights at Freddy's. And CG5 made that song, and basically Sky came up with the idea of us making a whole music video out of it. And it was very interesting for me to go from learning how to film and photography in real life to VR. So I had to learn a whole new thing there, and also how to learn how OBS worked of all things, because I didn't even know how that worked, so that was a whole fun thing to learn. Found out you can turn practically everything off in your HUD for VR chat, in case nobody knew. And basically my camera bot, who's filming this right now, has no HUD, has nothing. Like, there's nothing on there at all. It's just a blank, like, it's just the visual you see. But I had to learn how to film all that, and got to understand a lot more different styles of humor from different groups of people. Potato.
That's so not nice.
My point exactly. But no, like it was actually a really, really fun one to film. I got to do a lot of things, try out a lot of fun things. The long hallway scenes we did were my favorite parts of that entire music video. But we'll go ahead and move on to someone else here. Sky, what are your thoughts on the first music video we did?
But yeah, like you said, it was the first one we did. There was a lot of learning curves we faced during it. The very first ones, for the first 3 or so music videos, were all edited on a very slow dying mobile phone. So there was definitely a lot to learn there. But yeah, I think it was a lot of fun. We told quite a very interesting story that I felt was quite original to it. So it wasn't like what anyone else would have done, and the fact that we were able to do it in the way we did is still so amazing to me. The story is amazing. Everyone who helped out on it was amazing. It was just a lot of fun, It was a lot of fun to work with avatars that were not only quest compatible but also would able to allow you to puppet them a certain way to give them more expressions and everything. I thought that was fun.
Yeah, that was actually a lot. Like I didn't know animated abbeys were a thing until that. So, and Potato, it was the first time you helped us with a project. What are your thoughts on the first music video?
I was in it, so it's obviously amazing. I'm kidding. It was amazing though. Sorry, I had to. I somewhat remember it. I like the beginning. In the beginning, it wasn't that fun, but at the between the middle and the end, I liked it. I wish I was there a bit more, but I couldn't be. But I liked it. I like doing it for the most part.
Yeah.
That sounds really mean. That sounds really mean.
Well, it was a learning process for you. It was a learning process for you because you had to go from just hanging out in VR chat to actually working on something. So it was a whole learning process for you.
It was, yeah.
And also the fact that you realized, like, oh man, I got to balance out my real life and helping out these projects. So, yeah, Archer, what are your thoughts on the first music video? Yeah.
So it was different for everybody, but when it came to when I learned about it, I immediately knew I wanted to get out of my comfort zone. So when I heard about it, I was like, hey, you know what? I want to try this out. And technically, ever since then, I've been getting out of my comfort zone more, been doing things here and there, and I've been getting more and more out of my comfort zone. I probably said that twice, but it's fine.
No, I fully understand it. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. It was just it just became a part of me, and it's something I feel comfortable doing now. Because before, I never could be able to do that. I never had the confidence.
Well, and now you're like you're actually our creative director now. So, and Potato here is one of our co-directors. So.
When she's actually available.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm throwing shade already, and we're this early in the podcast. That's crazy.
Well, I mean, she has all of us sometimes have the battle life, and Potato battles it a lot. So, but she makes a lot of good support, and that's what her main goal has been: just keep supporting us, so we keep going. Which is the reason why we've been able to do 10. All right, now we're going to move on to our second one, which was actually something we did because we found out there were a lot of LA fires going on, early in 2025. And we heard one of the YouTubers who we all here support, Markiplier, was doing it, and so me and Sky looked for our next one, and it was "I'm Back, Baby" by the Markiplier remix. Which
was the Gregory brothers, I want to say, originally made that?
Yes, I believe that's what you put on there. Let's see here, Dojack. I gotta look under my headphones here. Yes, it is. Alright, and that was the first one, because in the first music video we did, we had a total of 3 people help us record that one. And in the second one, I was able to record it all. And that was when we had a lot of new people come in and help out. That one, I'm not gonna lie, was a whole giant storyboard had to go into that one because we had to have a lot of backups for it, for in case we couldn't use certain worlds or use certain games. Because I was still learning VR chat at the time and learning OBS. Sky was actually having to help me a lot with that. Archer had to help me out with a lot of some things from VR chat because I'm not very good with VR chat. But it was actually really interesting trying to find the games that Markiplier has played in VR chat. We tried using Subnautica, but unfortunately all the worlds we found were not that great. And we actually had to improvise worlds, like random worlds we found. Archer actually found us one world that we improvised for, I think was for a Lethal Company. And it was very interesting just see what we can make out of it, which I was truly happy about. Alright, we're going to start in a different area here. Potato, what were your thoughts about I'm Back Baby of Markiplier, that music video?
I liked Big Shadow Freddy. That was funny. But I had to go, like, after that clip, which was not nice.
It was still funny seeing you be Shadow Freddy behind
It
Sky.
was. I just jumped. When I was told to, I just jumped behind. I think Sky was the main person. Yeah, Sky was the main person. I just started dancing. It was funny. What else do I remember from that? I remember the world before that. Oh yeah, because we couldn't find it, so we went to a world before that. Yeah, I know I'm talking about Trust. What did we do in the other world? I have to retrace my steps because I have bad memory. We all know this.
Yeah,
Our
you
viewers don't.
have the memory of a goldfish.
I
Sometimes
think
a rock.
Goldfish has a better memory
Potatoes
than
or
me.
goldfish
Yeah.
confirmed?
Okay.
Sometimes a rock.
Here you go, Potato. I'll help you out here. So, what was like your favorite thing when you were actually watching it in the finished product? Like, what was your favorite thing you saw in it? Besides you.
Oh, I remember the toast! The toast part! And I was the little bread
iron
bouncing on the
bread?
couch! I remember now! That part was funny too. Sorry, I just had like a whole epiphany.
We actually couldn't use the bloopers from that because you started singing a song, by the way.
I did?
You and a couple people actually sang in a lot in that one. That's where we had to start the whole thing of, hey, don't sing copyrighted songs.
I don't
still
remember
think
that,
we should
so
do
it
that.
didn't happen. Trust.
Yeah, but it was still hilarious watching you bounce around as bread.
A lot of chaos. We had a lot of moments, and it was a lot of fun. Regardless, it was a lot of fun to research what videos were the most popular on Markiplier's channel, and see what we could work with. I think one of our personal favorite moments was with the gummy dinosaur avies that are here in VR chat for the dinosaur section. That was always a fun moment to see those little things are running around.
Possibly my favorite moment of all time.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's dinosaurs.
I love dinosaurs. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and move on to the next music video, which was Pizza the Action. And Pizza the Action, I think, was our longest filmed music video to this date still. Because that one was... We went from filming very simple music video styles. I mean, the first one was very much storytelling more than anything. The second one was kind of jokey, kind of follow the rhythm. That was our whole first one. It was just, let's follow the rhythm, you know, let's go with like Markiplier just going through game to game to game. The first one we were like, let's tell a story. This one, it's like, let's make an actual music video within our own band. And that was chaos incarnate. Because the amount of trying to figure out how to film certain shots in a music video while knowing this is going to go on a phone to be edited, where we literally had to go, yeah, Sky's phone can't handle these kind of big music videos anymore. because her phone started imploding itself because it was like, I can't handle this. But it was still, there were a lot of funny moments. Unfortunately, Noki didn't realize they made an audio mistake during that entire recording, where they didn't realize they muted the in-game volume, which basically meant like where you can hear all of us talking. I muted all that. Didn't even realize I did it. And I had to basically go, sorry, Archer, we don't have bloopers because Noki forgot to record audio. Because normally we don't care what the audio is because we don't really use it for the actual music video. But for bloopers, we need that audio. And unfortunately, I didn't record any of it. But it was also the first time we introduced a lot of like new style of characters, new ways of recording. We had a whole section where we had somebody basically actually say the lyrics so their body can look like it's moving it. This is where I started the whole trend of, all right, I'm gonna need you to look like you're moving your jaw. Go. So that started up then. Archer became the leader of being able to do that perfectly, to the point where Archer now just does it randomly for fun. It was also the start of where everyone started constantly talking about CameraBot, which became the Abby we use for CameraBot now mainly. That's where CameraBot's birth was, I guess you would say. It was also the first time where we tried putting in more than one Easter egg, because in the first music video we started an Easter egg called Evil Dog. The second one, Evil Dog, made a reoccurrence. The third one, we had a couple shots of Evil Dog. And a couple of other Easter egg characters. Alright, Sky, so what are your thoughts on Pizza the Action?
Well, it was a really fun one to do. Reason why I originally wanted to do that one anyway was because obviously, if you're not familiar with him, I'm sure you are by now. If you come into VR chat and you go to any of the security breach worlds, you've heard of him. Cababear makes other VR music videos too. He had made a version of Pizza the Action, and that's kind of what pushed that idea onto me of like, I want to try and do that, but I don't want to copy directly what he's done. So the idea came about of what if we had our own band and that this was this, and then we developed this whole lore that went into it. So it wasn't exactly what everyone expects with Pizza the Action as a music video. It allowed us to sort of branch out further and say, hey, these guys are also here too. You just never see them, but they are interacting with the guys you know. So I just thought it was a lot of fun. It was definitely fun to try and recreate the 80s vibe in there to the best of the ability of a mobile phone. I think we just had a lot of fun with it because it allowed, again, as Noki said, like trial and error of camera angles, and we all had a lot of laughs in there. It's unfortunate the audio wasn't captured, but we had a lot of funny moments in there, and yeah, that's kind of where the whole trend of the bloopers kind of go from there on.
Yeah, because that's right after we were done recording it, Sky started editing it and said to me, hey, I don't hear this person talking. And I went, wait, what? So I pulled up OBS, listened to it myself with headphones on, and I was like, why can't I hear them? And that's when I looked at OBS and I went, I'm not very smart. I accidentally hit mute. Yeah. So that was a fun thing. Let's see. Potato, what is your thoughts on Pizza the Action?
Sorry, I found out something really funny. Okay, Piece of the Action. I wasn't in it. I know, so sad. Got to get out the tears. I wasn't in it. So sad.
I'll get the tissue.
Actually, no, that's a lie. I was in a few clips. It's a lie. I wasn't the main character, but I was a few background characters.
You did great.
I liked the DJ Music Man scene. I was in that. It was funny. I like the idea. I like the idea of having our own band. Means we can like customize our own characters. Have OCs from Security Breach, which I really love. Piece of the Action. That's a long song. Long song. It was like 7 minutes. wasn't it?
Yep,
Yeah, that's very long.
about 7
I like
minutes
the
20, I
song.
want to say.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
it's something like that.
it's our longest song we've recorded so far. So yeah. And like,
yeah.
oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
No,
Sorry.
okay. I was just gonna say again that this is a long song. It probably took like even longer to record.
It took us over. I think it's like yeah, it was one of our longest. I think it took us like almost like a week to film.
A couple of weeks because we had to split it out for one
Yeah.
reason or another.
Yeah, that was like the thing is like since we had so many main characters, we had to space it around a lot of things like that. But other than that, I mean, I had a great like there were some hardships, and it was probably the hardest one for me because basically this is where I realized like I'm going to need help with certain like things because like sometimes people can't hear me, and I had to ask like Sky, Archer, and a couple of others people like to step in to help be a voice for me when I can't be heard because VR chat only has a certain like listening distance, and if you're out of that distance, people can't hear you. So that was like the thing we had to learn how to project the voice in a way by having someone else help project it. But now we're going to ask Archer, how do you feel about, what are your thoughts about Pizza the Action?
I was actually really excited doing this one because it's where where Jinx finally got her debut, and we love Jinx. We love Jinx here. With when it came to it, there were a lot of funny moments. It still sucks that someone didn't get the recording of it because of that, but it was pretty fun. I'm glad that we could make something like that, even though it was like really long. We learned from our mistakes from that one. Yeah, but it was like a lot. It was really long.
All right. So does anybody have any other thoughts or anything like that of Pizza the Action before we move on?
No. Everything.
Wait.
Cool.
Wait. Do you want to get Archie's thoughts for the last music video? Because they went AFK.
Oh yeah, Archer, you went AFK there. What were your thoughts about Markiplier?
Markiplier is a big, Markiplier is a big icon for all of us. He practically raised an entire generation without even knowing that he did. So when we started doing the video, it was so funny because we had so many stupid and funny moments. But I think my favorite would have to be like when we were bred, because I got to be the train and it was extremely fun.
All right, now we're gonna move on to our next music video. This is where we started editing on a computer. We went to Poppy's Playtime, and it was Sleep Well, and we went back to hang out with CG5. I am gonna go ahead and just say everything I think about this one. It was one of the greatest filming things ever, where we didn't have as many people for this one. I think we had a total of 4 actors total. We had Lav, Archer, Sky, and in this one, Archer and Sky basically helped us be able to get it done in a single day. It was insane, because for some reason, everything just kept clicking. And it was one of the greatest filming moments that I've ever had in this one. We had a lot of different ways we started recording it. I used a lot of crazy angles where every shot I would move the camera in different areas just to see how it was the same shot, but I just moved the camera around to see which one we liked the most. The avatars just happened to click perfectly what we needed. The player Avi was one of the weirdest things we had to work with because it just was a simple yellow character. But then Archer learned something about that character. You can high-five things with it. The amount of high-fives we had with that character alone. Archer became pretty much just a nemesis with that darn Abby. But it created some of the greatest blooper moments we've ever had. Because Noki fixed bloopers, they fixed the audio, so we got it all back in for bloopers. Shout out to our bloopers. But I actually enjoyed every second of filming that one, even though I was getting tired, worn out. I just didn't want to stop. I wanted us to finish because I saw how close we were getting. And that's also why we started a new version of doing our storyboards, which helped me out a lot. But I enjoyed that one. That one was a lot of fun. And now I'm going to ask the high five king himself, Archer.
My
What are
favorite.
your thoughts on that one?
absolute cinema. That's all you gotta know. It's like an absolute cinema. It's my
That's cinema.
favorite. Thank you, potato.
Oh, me,
With
me
my-
and Sky did it too, man. Come on.
Yeah, I saw.
I'm better.
Anyway, Archer, as you're saying.
It was my favorite because when I saw Sky give me the Abby, all hell practically broke loose when it was given. Sky knew that once I found out that the hands moved, it went downhill from there.
You gave
it was
me a
really
sixth
fun.
sense for that thing.
Yeah, I did. It was my absolute favorite Abby to use during recordings. And especially during that recording, it was extremely fun because that is when I actually learned that, hey, you can touch things with these. And I was extremely happy.
All right. Potato. Unfortunately, you would not make it to that one,
I
But-
was gonna say that.
but you actually gave a lot of support to Archer on that one. I know that because you found out what Archer was doing.
I did.
So,
I totally did. Totally remember
what
all
are
that.
your thoughts about when you got to see what the turnout of Sleep Ball was?
Okay, so that was actually my first time hearing the song, other than little snippets on TikTok. I'm allowed to mention TikTok, right?
Yes.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. So that was the first time I heard the full song. I actually liked it. Okay. I'm gonna cry. I liked the music video. That was my first time somewhat seeing the characters because I haven't finished the game yet.
Same.
I want to say other things. What do I want to say? The high fiving. Stinky. That's all. But it's the most popular one, so it's peak.
For a rightful reason. It because, like we keep kind of saying, it was just something clicked, with all of us. Something just clicked, and we just were just popped. It was just perfect. And now we're gonna move on to the one who got high five the most. Sky, what were your thoughts about the music video?
If I could have felt every single one of those high fives, I would have had a concussion.
And don't worry, I already have you on that one.
But yeah, like Noki said at the beginning, we got that thing done in a day, and we were just in awe by it. It was caught a lot of us off guard, especially when we were getting those final few shots. It kind of hit us all wait, we just did this thing in a day. That is crazy. And I know, everyone has their own personal preference of where their favorite shots are. And personally, mine were your cinematic shots during the beginning of that because they really showed, and it allowed Noki to bring back some of that filming degree elements that you obviously got early on in life, and it allowed you to sort of bring back that sort of perspective of things. And I love them. They're so damn pretty. It's just it's such a
You're
beautiful one. Some of the worlds were a hassle. I wish the beginning world platform didn't have a giant drop in it.
I learned that the
Because
hard way.
that was a
That was
pain.
funny.
Because Noki would either
This being the
fall in it,
bloopers.
or someone else would fall in it, or it was a whole mess of things. But again, for the limited amount of worlds for Poppy Playtime on VR Chat that also are Quest compatible, I think we did pretty well, and we were able to sort of retell the first 3 chapters of Poppy Playtime without it being too spoilery.
Yeah, that's what we aim for. When we mostly do
Yeah.
some of these kind of games, we try to avoid doing any spoilers because we want everyone to enjoy it in their own way, and that's what we were aiming for. Was let's create something that's our own. There's actually like one thing I wanted to add because like Sky was saying, that first world when we were filming in it, we didn't know about that pit because there's actually a cover over it, and it's where Huggy Wuggy is supposed to be actually sitting. And that's where we were originally going to put Sky. So I actually I was a little like a, what's it called, wet floor sign bot. That's where I was.
No,
and I was
you're
like,
one of the for that one you were switching between Wet Floor Bot and the little bots, the boogie bots in Poppy Playtime as well. That was the first time
okay.
you came across
Well,
those.
I was one of those characters, and I was basically going down there because I was getting this very cinematic shot of going down that little like ramp hallway like effect thing. And unfortunately, like I got to that, and what I was gonna do, I was gonna go to the middle of it and just go over it. I just went through it and fell into this long, far pit. And the funny part is, what Sky heard was me go, "Oh, this is a really cool shot. I'm liking this. I'm really enjoying this. What the fuck?" And then I respawned, and I'm just like, "What? What was that?" And then next thing I know, Archer falls in it, Sky falls in it, Lav falls in it.
Potato does not
Everyone
fall in
felt.
it.
Potato was
wasn't
the only
there.
smart one because they weren't there, you know. But anyway, we finally got that one out of the way. Let's see what's next on our list here. Oh, we went back to FNAF. Blood Runs Thicker by Paranoid DJ. And this one was probably the weirdest one because we went from, slower songs to suddenly, I mean, here's the thing, Pizza Action is not slow, it's actually very decently fast, but it's more of that 80s fast, which is a great way to, make a music video out of. Blood Run Sticker was a very fast-paced to slow-paced to fast-paced song, and trying to find a way to make it fit with what we want to tell, because we wanted to basically do it all about Springtrap, because that's what the song's actually about. It's about Springtrap. So we found, I think it was the second games world, correct? Am I wrong? Correct?
Third
No,
game.
FNAF 3.
FNAF 3, thank you. I don't know the FNAF games, I'm sorry.
What I said.
But we went to that one, and we used that entire world. And I think we got that one done in 2 days?
2 days.
And that one was crazy fun to make. Because there were some shots where we got, it got done in, one single shot. It was boom, done. Okay, let's move on to the next shot. To some of the ones where we basically had a lot of crazy funny moments, weird moments, very cinematic shot moments, to some other great things that happened. To me, it was a really enjoyable one to film. There were some tough shots, but with the group of people we had at the time, we got it worked out. All right, and we're going to move on to Potato. What were your thoughts on Blood Runs Thicker?
Okay. I actually don't have many memories of recording it. I know it was there, so you bring out the pom poms. So I was there.
Just tell us how you thought about it.
Do I have memory? I remember one scene was Springtrap chasing the night guard. I think.
What I'm trying to ask you is, did you enjoy it? Did you think it was
Oh,
cool?
yes,
Always.
I did. I was trying to remember it. You stinky.
It was Springtrap running around with an axe.
That. Not gonna say that.
Springtrap is rocking around with axe body spray.
Okay.
Not sponsored.
Not sponsored, unfortunately. But hey, axe body spray, if you want to give us some money, we'll take it.
Okay. I don't
I did the
get paid
YouTube
enough for
thing.
this, man. I don't get paid
YouTube
enough
thing.
for this,
You know what the
man.
kids
You don't get paid
do?
at all.
That's the point. That's the point.
We'll send you your 1 penny a day. Don't worry.
1 penny.
All right. Well, seriously, Potato. What were your thoughts on Blood Run Sticker?
It's cool. There's my thoughts, 'cause I don't remember much, so it's
Okay.
cool.
Potato thinks it was cool. Confirmed.
Just in quotations, just Potato's thoughts. Cool. That is
Hey, you know what? I'll take that. We'll take that.
all.
Sky, what were your thoughts on Blood Run Sticker? 'Cause you were
Like you
Springtrap.
said, it was definitely a big jump from what we were doing. Obviously, the tone of the music is a lot darker than what we were doing. A lot of our music videos previously were very upbeat and bouncy and happy and all that. And then you went to Blood Run Sticker, and it's aggressive and it's raw, and we're in this dark world that Noki hated for, but we couldn't do much about it because that's how the world is. But it was a lot of fun too to be able to sort of retell FNAF 3 in a way and elude the dark side of a bad ending to a night guard on a shift there. And like you said, there was a lot of just one-time shots that we were like, wow. It was a lot of fun. And again, the avatars that we were able to use really helped on that one. I especially loved that new Killer Cookies FNAF free Springtrap and all the Phantoms Avies from that. That was really useful.
Yeah, and when Sky meant like that world was dark. Yeah. Imagine just be in your room, turn your lights off. There you go. Because holy crap, it was dark. But like, the shots we did get really worked out. We don't really try like doing a lot of dark shots because we don't want to do that. Because we want you to be able to see the characters, see what's going on in the worlds and stuff. But unfortunately, sometimes VR chat worlds are just meant to be like that. And it's because they're meant to represent how the game would look. And that's the point. And the problem is when you're trying to record in those worlds, it doesn't help. But thankfully, we learned from that in a future music video we'll get to. We found a workaround it. Shout out to Archer for helping us find that workaround. And speaking of Archer, are you still eating?
I just sat down, but I'm back.
Hi! Man, I'm really good at timing that. Holy crap.
Let's get your thoughts.
Alright, Archer. Blood Run Sticker. The Springtrap one. What were your thoughts on it?
I wasn't really there, but seeing the bloopers and seeing the end product was actually absolutely amazing. And I can tell why Noki hates that world because it's like it is so dark. It is so dark. Even if you try editing it or brightening it, it is still so dark. No matter what you try and do. But it was still fun. It still looks fun to use it. Even if it's trouble to Noki.
Yeah. So letting you know the reason why the worlds look like that is because of the coloring they use for the darkness is the reason why you can't use brighteners to brighten it, because they use blacks and greens. Unfortunately, if you use those two colors together and for darkening effect, when you try lightening it, you're trying to add yellows and oranges to brighten it up, and unfortunately, they don't go well with green. A little knowledge for you.
Plus the difference between quality of Quest and PC VR too.
Exactly. Because Quest users, it's not as dark because it doesn't add as much of the darker colors, aka greens and blues. It only on PC we'll see it more because their PC can handle more of the RGB scale and stuff like that. But enough of the boring knowledge that I know Potato doesn't like hearing.
I was so distracted by my hand tracking. What are we talking about?
You're good, Potato. We love you. Potato, you're a gift from above, I swear.
So I have to totally add that little, internet spinning thing above Potato's head during that moment.
Alright, anyway, we're going to move on
Please, that'd be funny.
We're going to move on to possibly one of one of my favorite music videos we did, we went to Regular Demon, which was Bendy and the Ink Machine. And thank you once again, Paranoid DJ, because you really helped by making that one. And that honestly was my favorite one to film the cinematic shots in, because I love Bendy the Ink Machine's aesthetic. It is such a wonderful thing. Plus,
you're
it
old.
reminds. Thanks, man. Yeah, basically, because like I used to watch cartoons like that. You know, it really like I love hand drawn stuff and things like that because it's just I love it. But anyway, enough of that. But filming that one was hilarious. Like it was just pure comedy the whole way around. Even though the song is not comedy at all, it's very serious. If you watch the bloopers of that one, you will understand. We practically actually had to cut a lot of things out of the bloopers because we were just laughing for 5 minutes every shot. And Archer was there for a little bit in that one, I know that much. Potato really helped with that one because she was actually playing some of the main characters, which was great and wonderful. But yeah, like I really enjoyed it. And plus, also, shout out to some of our amazing friends who just have the perfect time to scream for no reason. And it really helped. And also, we had an amazing, wonderful friend help us out, Razzer. Big shout out to you for helping us make that one. We hope you come and help us again in the future, or just hang out. But anyway, we're gonna move on to Archer. What are your thoughts on Regular Demon?
It was pretty good. It was pretty cool. The style of it, the amount of scenery shots. I'm just saying, and Potato doing a fantastic job of being Alice was top tier. You're very sick. Don't worry.
I am! I really am! I'm so great!
Alright, we're gonna have to bleep out that word, sorry.
I just love the fact that, like, yeah, for all anyone else knows, when I put that censor on there, they're gonna think Archer's swearing, like, you know, our Potato is so
But anyway, continue on.
But I managed to get one handshake in there, one hand high five, and I'm happy about that because I got to use it on Potato because she deserves it. Because she's top tier. You're top tier.
Potato high five.
I'm Pete.
All right. Anyway, Sky, what were your thoughts on Regular Demon?
a lot of fun once again. It was definitely a fun experience to try and recreate rubber hose animation in VR with headsets on.
Yeah.
Because obviously the old school cartoons were very bouncy and they had very specific styles of when they run, when they do this, when they look at you, when anything like that. So it was a lot of fun to try and recreate that sort of environment with obviously VR and with quests in particular. Anyone else would go, why don't you just use full body? The whole point of what we do is you don't need full body to do this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So we used what we had, we used Go Loco, we locked ourselves in place, we bounced around. Yeah, we used the running animation that we have just default in VR, and we went from there. It was a lot of fun.
One little funny shot. I highly recommend everybody go watch it. Watch one of the bad guys in a certain shot. You'll notice her legs go. Yeah, that's Skyline, who was walking in real life. It was so funny. I loved it. It makes me laugh every time I see it. But the reason why I'm saving Potato for last for this one is because before we let her give her thoughts, someone else eventually does take over for her because she had to leave. Who created the goofiest head movement on a run that everybody points out, because yeah, basically that's all. Because when Potato did her run, she kept her head kind of still, just barely swayed it, used her little arms to fan. It was hilarious. It was very ladylike, and just goes, nah, we're kicking this up to 11. It was so goofy. But Potato, you were the star of this one. Please give us your thoughts.
I was amazing. You guys are boosting my ego. Okay. I
Because what
remember
happens in the next
being-
one, that's why.
Okay.
Anyway, go ahead.
So yeah, I was Alice. That was fun. I got to sing. My singing is so beautiful. Trust.
We muted it. I'm sorry.
Well, you know,
Potato,
that's
please.
what happens when you sing copyrighted music, Potato.
I didn't sing copy. You know what? I
Yes, you
went
did.
just like this.
No.
Yep.
So my singing is peak. That's not how I actually sing. I sing much better than that. But no, it was fun. I thought when I would leave, I'd come right back. Didn't work out, but no, it was fun. I like doing that.
And it was still, like, I know we're all joking and stuff like that, but no, it was a lot of fun having Potato, Archer, Sky, everybody there, including Razzer. It was great having everybody there, and just everybody laughing, having a grand old time. And I'm gonna sit here and say, like, regular Demon is like the staple of, like, we just walked in and somehow we were all in a good, goofy mood, and it worked out. And it was the most. Unfortunately, it's just you watch the bloopers, it's completely opposite of what the actual video ended up becoming. But worth it. Alright, now, our next one, we decided to go back to FNAF. Let me grab the little phone here so I can tell you exactly which one it was. Enjoy the Show by Nate Wants to Battle featuring Jacksepticeye. That music video was, once again, we had another Chaos Incarnate. Because that whole thing was just chaotic fun. And also, there were some moments where I really had to make sure my co-directors were helping me, because holy crap, there were times people just did not listen, unfortunately. But that's the things you learn throughout doing this stuff, is there's sometimes people who just want to be there to hang out rather than actually record. But we learned a lot from it. And Archer had some really good fun moments when they were, one of the main characters on the camera. I tried out a lot of new things. There weren't as many cinematic shots in this one, and the main point of it was because it's supposed to be the characters singing for themselves, is why. But that's what we were aiming for, at least. But I still had a grand time with that one. It was a lot of fun. There were a lot of moments where I was just staring at people because I'm like, y'all gonna do the shot? But once again, I still had a lot of fun doing it. And we're gonna move on to Sky. How did you feel about Enjoy the Show? What are your thoughts?
Definitely one of the most fast-paced songs we've done to that date. And the song itself, if you haven't heard it, is very boom, 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 boom. It's very quick beat. So there's a lot of quick shots we had to get in there. But again, it gave us the chance to retell some of what Sister Location is. A lot of fun in there, a lot of chaos, again. But we had a lot of fun on it. There's some things I would have tweaked a little bit, but what can you do?
Yeah. All right, Potato. Enjoy the Show. What are your thoughts about Enjoy the Show?
I got to be Circus Baby. I love Circus Baby. I got to sing again! My singing returned. It's beautiful.
Well, there was a funny moment with you there in Potato. Like, I was like, okay, everybody walk on camera. All right, where's Potato?
And I'll give you another funny moment as well.
Yeah?
It was the day you realized you have to turn people's avatars on.
Oh my god, yeah. God, that was a whole thing. So apparently, if you're on PC, if someone gets a certain distance from you at a certain angle, their avatar just vanishes. I didn't know that.
That's why it didn't vanish, because it didn't have their avatar?
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, and if you watch the bloopers, you can hear me like going, "Why can't I see this?" Like, you can actually hear me getting frustrated because I was like, why can't I see this guy? And then they're like, did you have his Avion? I'm like, wait. But yeah, that was a whole thing.
There was one blooper which I wish you guys kept in because it was so funny, but you didn't. I understand why you didn't.
Yeah.
I hope you guys know what I'm talking about.
The bloopers
But-
on that one was a little different because we had a lot of people singing copywritten songs. And I mean, a lot of people were singing copywritten songs in that one. And we were just like, yeah, can't use that, unfortunately. Because
Yeah.
we don't want YouTube taking us down.
Yeah.
YouTube, please. We're still so young.
I don't know about we. Maybe people on this side. I don't know about that side.
Wow, you said I'm not young.
And
That's
Archer,
crazy.
what are your thoughts about Enjoy the Show?
It has to be my favorite because I got to be the star of the show.
Heck yeah, you did.
It was funny. Because of a lot of funny moments, even though people don't like to listen. It was extremely fun to be on set. It was fun. It was fun. It was really fun.
Yeah. All right, now we're gonna move on to the next
I'm gonna
one.
kill you.
here.
I'm gonna kill you.
They're having a whole moment over there. All right, so we went back to Poppy Playtime, and this time we did Gentle Voices, and it was our first JT music video we did. Man, that one was basically like on the same level of chaos as Enjoy the Show in a lot of areas. It was the first time we basically did telephone style communication again. We brought that back. We had a lot of moments where I brought back some of the cinematography that I normally do. I brought that back in that one. We used a lot of the little creatures and nightmare creatures in this one, and the high five scenario on this one was at its all-time high at one point, to the point where I literally had eyes in the back of my head to keep an eye on Archer, because I knew Archer was going to walk behind me and try high-fiving me. A lot. But no, like, it was still a very enjoyable experience. I loved every second of it in times, and it's still one of my favorite ones to watch because everything just seemed to click in the right areas. I think Poppy Playtime is just our magical one that just clicks everything correctly at times. And Archer, what are your thoughts on Gentle Voices?
Extremely fun. It was extremely fun, especially since even though I wasn't there to help with the second bit, I was glad to be there for the first bit because I got to high five and it was extremely fun. Obviously.
New merch idea: Archer high five. No Archer high five. There we go. But Potato, Gentle Voices.
I was
What are your
listening.
thoughts?
I was
I
in
know
it.
you're listening.
Pom poms out again. It's so amazing. Oh my god, people are gonna think I'm the ego of like a whale or something.
Yeah.
That's not it. I'm a very nice person. Okay, yeah, Gentle
By the way,
Voices.
everyone, she's joking.
Maybe.
All right,
Okay.
Potato, what are your thoughts?
I need the loady thingy again. It was cool. It's cool. That's my thoughts. It was cool. Because I
was
don't
cool.
remember any of it. So it was cool.
It was cool.
Oh, no, I was in it.
Well, she kind of came in. I know Potato came in late for that one. At one point, that's why like you were, because you were busy for the first day we did recording, but the second day you were able to join us. So you kind of like came in like at the part where we were like at the.
I was in the beginning
Other-
with my
Oh.
boyfriend and my friend.
Yeah.
And then
That's
at the
right.
end, I wasn't there. I don't get credit around here. I'm kidding. I do. I'm kidding.
You do. You're one of the top people on the bloopers. I mean, credits. Anyway, we're gonna move on
She's
because Potato
hardly
gave us a
in
cool.
for bloopers.
But anyway, there is no bloopers to that one. I remember why. Anyway, Sky, Your thoughts on Gentle Voices?
Wait, I wanna know
Again,
why.
a lot of chaos gave Noki quite a few headaches as well, with certain avatars not doing what they were supposed to, but
Yeah.
what can you do? It's VR chat. Yeah, can't make an avatar do something you don't want if it ain't gonna do it, because it's not animation, it's actually having to, do it yourself. But again, it gave us the opportunity to sort of retell the chapter 4 element of Poppy Playtime without spoiling things and all that. It allowed us to sort of, "But with this, and then the Nightmare Critters, and then all these characters. So, a lot of
Yeah.
chaos.
Yep. And now we're gonna move on to our next one, which we sticked with JC Music for Back for Another Bite. This is our 9th music video, by the way, we made. And Back for Another Bite was, oh my goodness gracious, it was so fun to film. And Archie, it was the first one Crown helped us with, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
As well
Crown
as
was,
Cal.
yeah, Cal, one of our really good friends, who you guys will get to eventually meet on here. Don't worry, we're gonna bring him on here one day. Basically, it was blooper city. That's all I'm gonna say. It was blooper city. Anything could have been used for the bloopers. Even a shot that made it into the music video made it in the bloopers. Let's just say that right now, because Sky accidentally added it. It was so funny. I can feel the judgment. But anyway, oh god. Oh no, it was so much fun to film. We had a lot of goofy moments. Archer created some goofy ones and great ones, to the point where my sixth sense of the high fives were so much in high demand, because holy crap. And then Archer created a new thing where they tried biting me as Foxy. So that was great. The bite of 87, man.
Bite of 87?
Yeah, I know. And also the fact that Fritz threw some haymakers, I'll tell you what. Because Crown uses hand tracking for their how they do all their stuff. So that's how they were able to do all their stuff. Unfortunately, though, the hand tracking gets a little goofy, where sometimes your hands will kind of do these weird things with a little. So yeah, there were times where Crown was just throwing punches at Foxy the entire time. And I just couldn't stop laughing every time. It was so funny. And also the first time, I actually didn't realize how angry I got with somebody for walking on camera when they shouldn't.
I was gonna mention that when I watched the bloopers. That was so funny. It's so
Yeah.
bad.
Potato, what were your thoughts on for Join Another Bite? Join us for a bite, thank you.
Back for another bite.
Yeah,
Back for
that one,
another
yeah.
bite, thank you.
Yeah, I know how to read. I'm not dyslexic at all. I don't know what you're talking about.
I wasn't there, guys. I know. So sad. Crying. I'm crying.
Be joyful.
When I watched the bloopers, that was the best part. Just randomly here. Why did he walk back on? Do I remember the music video? No.
Wow.
Wow, our co-director doesn't even watch our stuff.
I did. I was there for the premiere. I just don't remember.
Wow.
You're fine. But yeah. So I mean, did you enjoy it?
It was cool. Yeah, it was cool.
There you go.
Potato approved.
All right.
There's my stamp.
Archer, what were your thoughts on that music video?
Oh, I was absolute favorite, absolute cinema. Because of the fact that
Cinema.
because of the fact that that was the first time I finally got my friend to actually get into this, and when Cal actually finally got to record with us, and it was extremely fun, and just giving people high fives was the best thing to ever exist in this one.
A menace, I tell you. A menace. Sky, your thoughts for Back for Another Bite?
Oh god, again, chaos, 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 chaos. So much chaos, but again, it allowed us to revamp a FNAF 1 story in a way that was true to the original game, but also the movies too. It allowed the animatronics to be goofy at times. They weren't just out to get you. They were having these fun moments too. A lot of fun there. We broke the fourth wall if you didn't see it. That was fun. Yeah, just overall, just again, a lot of fun on there. We had a lot of chaos that happened during that one, and it is up there with like one of the top favorites.
And apparently at this point, potato became a microwave. All right. Now we're going to talk about our most recent one, Hat Trick. Hat Trick was literally a combination of everything. Like Sky and I put a lot of work into the storyboard. A lot of other people helped out with it. Because we actually create storyboards practically for all these music videos, so that way I have like a visual representation of what we kind of want for the shot, and then I basically transfer it to VR chat as how we can make it become a reality. Hat Trick to me was one of the greatest things we recorded. Everything was just fun. Everything was goofy. And it was also really cool just like bringing some of the things we learned from other music videos to this one. Like how to make a Quest user actually look like their body is being, messed with to make it look like it actually is moving that way. To be able to make a character look like they're walking differently. To make the phantoms look like actual phantoms and act like phantoms. To give, Archer a little bit like Aviu that has a car for no reason at all but to be goofy. To have an Avi that isn't even FNAF related to give us a fire effect in the world so we actually look like the world's on fire. I mean, there were so many things we tried out, added, did this too, did that too. We found out the guard Abby that we were using has a flashbang for a flashlight, not an actual flashlight.
Yeah.
Archer had to bring back the high-fiving character to basically give us an actual flashlight effect, so we can have like certain areas look brighter, so that we can actually, make it. You can actually see the character doing certain actions. But it was altogether one of the greatest things ever, and just for everybody here, it was the definition of absolute freaking cinema. Okay, abso-freaking-lutely, it was perfect in every way. But as I say that,
who can't do the absolute cinema. I wonder who
Archer,
can't put their hands up here.
what were
Archer,
your
good
actual
job,
thoughts on Hat Trick?
I liked it. It was pretty fun. I would have to say that when it came to making it, it was pure chaos. Especially the brain damage that kept happening to a friend of ours.
I forgot about that. We have a person in our group who unfortunately hit their head a lot during the recording of this, but don't worry, they're actually fine.
We're not responsible for damage or death of recordings.
FNAF, baby. Alright. Got any more thoughts?
No more thoughts.
Now we're going to
Potato
ask the most
spinning.
thoughtless person here.
The
Potato.
microwave.
What are your thoughts on
Alright.
Hat Trick?
So, I was in there for a little bit. I know. It's so great.
I cringed so hard my hand tracking came on. That was crazy.
Okay.
We love you. We love you, Potato. We love you.
Do I remember anything in that music video?
God damn it.
Yes, I do. I just thought about it. I remember being Freddy, and I had to walk away all sad. That was funny.
Absolute film.
Geek. I wonder who can do that still. They are next to me.
Me.
Is it
Alrighty.
right or left? I don't know.
Totally
Because
me.
I
Do you
don't know
got any
my
more
rights and
thoughts on it?
lefts. Potato approved. Stamp.
There you go. All right, Sky. What are your thoughts on it?
It allowed us to once again utilize
No.
the
No.
Nuclear Cookies
No.
avatars and show the full extent of how beautiful the disappearing effect does on the phantoms that they've made. If you haven't checked out their avatars, I highly recommend them. They're beautiful. And it also introduced the stars and being whacked with those. That was a fun time. We had a lot of star wax that went into that music video. But
Yep.
again, it allowed us to retell FNAF free in our own sort of way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
it's a
don't
lot
mind
of
them.
fun.
All right. So now we're going, since we're done with the music videos, we're now going to answer some questions from people have asked us, from close friends to actual viewers and other things like that. We're going to answer some of those questions here in a second. But I highly recommend taking the time to watch our music videos to kind of understand them. We do plan on making more, of course. We're not going to stop. We have no real reason to stop, but let's go
More
ahead and
coming
get.
soon.
What was your favorite scene to film? Now we're only going to do one scene for each person here. I'll go first. My absolute favorite one was pretty much. God dang, I have a lot of them that I realized. I'm just gonna say it's all my panning shots. I just love them all. I love every single one I've done. Because between the editing and how it looks in the final product, it just, with the music and everything, it just fits so perfectly. But out of all of them, my most absolute favorite was the very first one in regular Demon. Because the slow pan I did for it and what Sky did with the editing, just love it. Chef's kiss on all panning shots. Sky, your favorite scene to film?
It's gonna sound really weird. It's Pizza the Action, and we're in the Fazbear Theater, and if you look very closely, there is Evil Dog on the stage with two staff bots. And if you don't watch the entire thing, you don't see the rest of that story, but that moment there absolutely kills me because it is such a funny concept of staff bots being confused by this static dog Abby
Yep.
and somehow losing to it.
Evil Dog, man. Potato, your favorite scene that we filmed?
Go to Archer. Go to Archer. Skip me right now.
We'll come back to Potato. Archer, your favorite scene we filmed?
Yeah. Ooh, okay. So, I would have to say. Oh crap. Okay. My favorite scene. Jinx's scenes whenever it came to her. Like, whenever, it has been a little while, but one of my favorite scenes would have to be when, the characters, like, they were at the bowling alley and they were just having fun. Yeah, that's gotta be my favorite.
Yeah. Alright, Potato, we're back to you.
Okay. All the scenes I was in. Those are all my favorite. Because I'm just so amazing. Yeah!
It's really not helping the ego fig that the viewers are gonna see and no doubt comment about.
Yep.
It's fine. It's fine. I'm joking.
Alright.
I don't have that big of an ego.
Alright.
Yeah, anyway.
This is for Sky here. We're just gonna use Sky on this one. What inspired you to make music videos?
So I mentioned this at the beginning of this. It's Kappa Bear started doing VR chat music videos like 2 to 3 years ago when the VR chat was still very basic. Like you didn't have as much as what you have here now. Like obviously we're in this world. There weren't worlds like this too much back when they first started doing them, and I've always loved watching like the old school source filmmaker YouTube videos of like music videos. You'd see them do that and animate, and I'm like, oh, I'd love to be able to do that, but I can't animate. So when I saw like Kava doing like VR music videos, and it sort of clicked to like, wait, you can do that. Like you can actually put a headset on. You can be the animation. You know, you can be the character you want to animate and do these music videos with. And I talked with Noki, and Noki's like, well, got a filming degree, blah 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 blah. So we got together a team, and there we are. We started out, and now we're at the 10th. So we're doing something right.
We're ready to do the 11th as well.
Mhm.
All right, this one's from. Oh, that's a weird name. Skyline Corgi Fox. Oh,
Look
by the
at
way,
that thing.
the last person who asked the question was Crayon. By the way, they asked that question. Skyline asks, "What avatars would you like to see made into the next music videos?" For me personally, I would love to see more like single player games like from that other content creators have made, like with their songs and stuff. I would love to see those kind of games because they're very cinematic, very much of storytelling, and those are always my favorite ones, just very cinematic. So I would love to do something like that, maybe a big action one at some point, like step into the world of action, some of those abbeys. What about you, Sky?
For me personally, I'd love to see more customizable like animatronic avatars because you have a few of them, but I would love to see more where you're able to like pick and choose from like the head shape, the body shape you want, so you can accommodate for like anyone who identifies as like male to female, female to male. If they identify as a femboy and want to have like a more feminine body, they're able to do that. I would love something like that, but I know the limitations of VR chat still are not 100% there yet, but in the future, maybe. I've seen a couple of avatars that do this, but I'd love to see more of those because you could make so many new characters for music videos with that sort of ambition in mind.
Yeah. Potato Archer. Are there any more avatars you want to see in music videos?
For me, I want to make more Has Been and Helluva. Well, yeah, more Has Been Helluva videos because I love those shows.
Okay, we can definitely see if we can do something like that. What about you, Archer?
Just Jinx. I just want Jinx.
We got plans for that. Don't worry. All right. Now, these questions are from Noki's mom. They have two. So let's see here. The first one: what is the style of music video do you plan on shooting in next? Like, do we plan on making something closer to like what the FNAF movies have been doing, or do we plan on doing something, less cinematic, more cinematic, stuff like that? I mean, the truth is, it just depends on the song more than anything. What we hear from the song and how we feel from it is kind of what we do with the music video itself, plus what limitations VR chat has at the time. Because some worlds are super limited, and we actually can only use a small section at a time because there's too much other stuff in it. Because some world creators use ads and stuff like that, so some of the FNAF worlds, we can't shoot at certain areas because they might have, ads or Patreons on it. So, but we do plan on trying out other things, I believe, like trying to see if we could do stuff like that. Because we do have ideas for the next band, like more band music videos, to bring Jinx and all the other characters back in. Maybe adding some new ones, we're not 100% sure yet. So be on the lookout for that. Their second question: how do we contact the music creators? Basically, it's just through social media. We send them a message and we wait until their response. If they don't respond, we won't make anything for that because we don't want to get in trouble. We want to be on the good side of all of them because so we've answered those questions. Now let's move on to our next question from Cal.
There's gonna be
Why do
half
you choose
answered
to make-
question.
Why do you choose to make FNAF content? Well, the thing is, we don't just do FNAF. We do some, but the main reason why they choose FNAF is because that's like their thing. Like all of them love it. I'm still trying to figure it out and understand it. Archer's probably the biggest FNAF fan out of all of us here, so.
I mean, I have been in the fandom since I was like, since 2014, and I don't even remember how old I was back then.
An age. Alright, the next one is from Lav. What are games that you might make a music video on next? I think on this one we'll just kind of say like what games we would like to see that we haven't done yet. For me, like I said, BioShock would be a great one. Dead Space, Halo, Battlefield, other games like that, just like very easily cinematography based games. I would really love to do those because those would be great. Sky, you got any?
Absolute cinema. I heard cinema.
Exactly.
I had to.
No, I definitely want to try and do something like Cult of the Lamb. We have a lot of fun playing that.
Yeah, that'd be
Sometimes.
a good
A Cult of the Lamb one could be fun.
Alright, Potato, what kind of games would you like to see us maybe try out?
Okay, I know it's probably not gonna happen because it has not like those adult themes and like sensitive topic adult themes, but Doki Doki Literature Club. I love that game. That's the only
We're
game I
gonna
can think of.
skip over that one.
Okay.
But no,
What's
if
wrong
we
with
could
that
find some... You know what's wrong with that game.
Okay.
Archer, what games would you like to see us try out?
Definitely like Undertale because it's perfect. It's absolute cinema.
Yeah, I agree. No, but for Potato there are some anime things I would like to try out. Like some anime games that I do know of and other things like that I know we could try out, so there are things around the Doki Doki Literature Club stuff that I do know that are more friendlier and don't talk about certain topics and things like that we could definitely try. And if there are ways to work around that certain topic in that game, yes, I wouldn't mind us seeing if we could try it out. So, yes, Potato, we will find something. Alright, and this is from Potato. Who is your favorite member? And we're not going to say the rest of that question because we know what Potato's answer is going to be. Joking, they'll actually give us a different answer, I know. And Archer, who is your favorite member that you have worked with so far?
Definitely Potato. I'm gonna stay true to my answer, Potato. Because even though she's not there all the time, she still makes an effort to give us some laughs and to cause quote unquote problems because it's not really a music video without problems, you know.
Technical difficulties and people getting hurt make great bloopers.
I got hurt during this podcast.
Exactly. All right, Potato. Who is your favorite member that you've worked with so far?
Oh, my favorite member. And I can't say me. I'm kidding. It's not me.
All right, Ego Queen.
Archie. Okay, Archie. Where are you? Right here. Archie. It's very cool. I can't say the words I want to say because
Definitely one of our better members. Yes. All right, Sky.
Wow. Why didn't I get that? What?
You're in the top 5.
Top 5 is crazy. I'll take it. Ham,
All right,
I swear
Sky.
to God.
Who is your favorite member to work with?
Lav.
Understandable. And for me, everyone's probably gonna be blown away when I say this, but no one. I'm joking. No, my favorite members so far that I've worked with, and I'm not gonna say my wife because that's just an easy go-to answer for everyone else here, just pick your partner. But no, Sky would always be my number one. But if I had to pick my number two that always worked with, it's easily going to be Archer. Because Archer's always there and always trying to help as best they can. Basically, Sky and Archer are always trying to be there and help us out, so that's why they're my number one and two. Alright, let's see here. Next up is from Skyline again. What is your favorite Easter egg character? Mine? God, I think out of all the Easter egg characters we've had, Evil Dog is easily the number one out of everyone's. Evil Dog's gonna always be the answer. But if I had to pick someone other than Evil Dog, it's probably Archer's little, like, small characters they bring in from time to time between Jinx and, like, one of their, like, little plushies. Probably those. Easily those. Sky, what's your favorite Easter egg?
Obviously, Evil Dog is definitely the top one, but if I have to choose a secondary one that's lesser known, technically speaking, Markiplier was our very first Easter egg to some degree.
Furry Easter egg. We love you. We love you. But no, yeah, Markiplier was another girl.
I'm bullied right now, chat. It's not even funny.
Damn, talking to chat now.
Yeah, break the fourth wall, man. Come on.
All right, and Potato, your favorite Easter egg?
I have two. One, wow, Shadow Milk Cookie. Cookie run his peak. And two.
You were there for one time.
Will count as an Easter egg for Potato.
Two. I don't remember what music video it was in, but someone was changing Abby's, and you guys kept it in, and I saw that, and it was very funny.
That was Hatcher.
Okay.
That was Hatcher, yeah, that was the most recent one. Alright, Archer. Favorite Easter egg?
Evil Dog.
Thanks.
Evil Dog will always be top tier.
Oh, never mind.
And we don't say Evil Dog for the sake of we know Evil Dog will consume our souls if we don't.
It won't consume mine. I'm a camera bot. What are you talking about? Alright, this one's from Archer. What gave you the idea to make music videos in the first place? Sky has said it already. Basically, it was Kappa Bear gave us, gave Sky the inspiration to start off, and for me, it was just I was asked, and I decided, you know what? Yeah, I'll give it a shot and see how it goes.
Yeah, but I can say as well, like one of the source filmmaker creators I watched the most before obviously VR chat became so big and everything was this YouTuber who goes by Xbox Gamer K. She made like a bunch of amazing like FNAF and like other fandom like music videos in source filmmaker, and that was like the first sort of dive into things. And then obviously I saw Cabin's thing.
All right, and we got Archer giving us another question. Shout out to Archer. All right, we're gonna do this one here. Everybody has to answer both. Least favorite scene and most favorite scene. Now if you don't have either one, just letting you guys know, you don't have to answer it. Okay, just say you're gonna skip that one. For me, least favorite scene to film was in Pizza the Action. It was the first really big wide shot that we did, and it was because like I said, VR chat has this thing where if you get to a certain distance from somebody, they can't hear you as well. So I quite literally had to say to Sky everything, because they were the only one who could hear me, what I needed everyone to do and when I was going to start. So then Sky had to basically respawn it to, like, basically tell everybody and let me know when everybody was ready. That was the hardest scene to film, because it was also like the first time we had that many people who were still new and still learning on camera at once. So it was a lot of learning, but thankfully when we do those kind of scenes now, it's so much easier because we have ways to do it. And my favorite scene besides the cinematography based ones, I would have to say would be the hall, the big like rolling shutter shot I did in the first music video, where Glamrock Freddy is walking down and like there's other animatronics like interacting with one another, and the pulse of that world is keeping up with the music. Just pure cinematic, but it gets to the end where he sees the very first Freddy. Love it. Beautiful, cinematic beautifulness. Oh my god, I love it. It's just so amazing and so wonderful. Um, but yeah. But now, Sky,
Hello.
your favorite scene and least favorite scene.
Okay, I'm gonna start with the least favorite. It was in the first music video we ever did, and it sucks, but it was the Joy of Creation section. Just for the how long it took for us to get the shot, for one reason or another, technical difficulties. It was so much. We were actually debating at one point of like just cutting the thing and doing something else because oh my god, it got so frustrating. But my all-time favorite scene has to be it's in Back for Another Bite.
Mhm.
And it's the transitioning shots Noki was able to get between each animatronic
Oh yeah, I love
during
that.
a chorus. That thing was so beautiful. I absolutely love that scene.
Potato, your least favorite
God.
scene. And by the way, this does not have to be just what you were in. It can be something you saw in the recordings.
Alright.
Your least favorite scene, your most favorite scene.
My least favorite scenes, I'm saying scenes because I have, like, not really scenes, just, like, stuff that happens, but, like, when people can't focus that much, like, goofing off is fine, but, like, people can't focus too much, it becomes really annoying, and I tend to not want to be there anymore. And also when filming takes forever for, like, a couple shots, that's also annoying. It hasn't happened for a bit, but those are like two of my pet peeves, I guess. Favorite scene. Let's be an actual scene. I like Circus Baby limping in the first music video, even though it was supposed to be me and your wasn't. But we're not gonna talk about that.
Yeah.
I think I played you beautifully.
Yeah.
All right, Archer, your least favorite scene and your favorite.
My least favorite, honestly, I would have to say when it came to like Back for Another Bite, like we kept having trouble trying to even rise up behind the counter because it was so hard. Because it's worse when you have stick drift. So it's like you have no choice but to either go really high or really low, and you can't do anything about it.
I mean, in my defense, I did give you alternatives of how you could do it by locking yourself in place and just having to physically peek yourself up.
Yeah. But my favorite scene, I would have to say, well, obviously any scene with Jinx is my favorite, obviously.
All right. Next one here. We've answered that one already, so that's all good. Which out of all of our music videos was your favorite? Lav asked us this. For me, it's really much a tie between the first one because of little special reasons why. Because I just love certain shots how we got in that one. But I'm not gonna lie, my absolute pure favorite was Back for Another Bite. I just loved that one. It was just beautiful in every way. Sky?
All-time favorite. Again, it's tough because there are so many of them, but the two that are tied for first with me are Pizza the Action because it was the most ambitious one we'd done at that point, and that was me editing on a phone, and I think I did pretty good. And Hat Trick right now. Hat Tricks is simply amazing, and like the communication that everyone came together with in that one, and we were able to achieve things that we didn't think we were going to be able to do without the editing software side of things was amazing
Yes.
and saved so much time.
All right. And Potato, your favorite one?
My favorite music video? I gotta say it. all the ones I was in. Kidding, I'm kidding. They're all sick of it at this point. No,
Ego queen, I swear.
I.
I would be
no,
surprised if we don't get a bunch of ego comments.
Yeah, I know.
Nah, it'd be funny.
That killer's already getting ready to type his.
In all seriousness though, I like all of them.
Yeah, that's
I
fine.
don't-
That's a good answer. Archer, your favorite one.
Pizza the Action, because of Jinx, obviously.
There you go. That's a great one. And this is our wonderful friend Cupcakes here. They've been helping out a lot and giving us moral support.
They
They
were
actually
one of
helped
the
film
camera people in the first one.
Come here.
Yes.
Does that
All
have-
right.
I can't float.
and-
I can't float. I can't float.
Does it not have go? Does it not have go?
No, I don't have go-go.
Favorite blooper moment. Potato, your favorite blooper.
My favorite. Oh, I can't say that one. Favorite blooper other than that one. Oh, I have it. When Archie, I was AFK while that blooper was happening. In Enjoy the Show, I think it was Archie, was doing like the scooped face, and they did the hat toggle instead. That was funny.
That was a good one. Archer, your favorite blooper.
The high fives, the hands, the high fives. Everybody deserves a high five.
There you go. And special guest Cupcakes. Do you have a favorite blooper?
This is where we find out Cupcakes hasn't watched a single one.
Anyway, guys, goodbye.
Great. It's okay, Cupcakes. We love you.
Feeling the love. Feeling the love.
Sky, your favorite blooper.
Oh god, there's so many.
She's a treasure. She's a treasure.
There are so many bloopers that are hilarious to me. I'm gonna say the one in Pizza the Action, though, where we have someone who's playing Moon, and they lose their balance in one shot, and we just all lost it for 5 minutes straight.
Oh yeah, that was a good one.
Technically it's not a blooper because nobody can see the bloopers for Pizza the Action, so that doesn't count.
Anyway,
I'm kidding.
For
I'm
me,
kidding.
mine is probably gonna be like, it's just mainly funny to me. There's two of them. I'm gonna say two. The first one is Lav in Hat Trick. They appear and they're scratching their ass. And I lost it on that. I lost it so hard. Because I was the only one who saw it at first, so that was a great one. The second one involved Potato. In regular Demon, I filmed a shot where basically one of the demons basically walks in the background. Potato decided to appear in front of me, going boo, and I just go,
Oh
Jump
yeah.
scare.
yeah. They tried jump scaring me, and I just go, oh hi, how you doing, Potato? And Potato got so mad,
Stupid.
smacking me, going, you're supposed to be jump scared. You're supposed to be jump scared.
Stupid.
They got so angry. It was glorious. And now we're gonna move on to our final question for this podcast.
Yay!
What future music videos should you viewers be looking forward to? Well, I'm gonna say it right now. The first one is going to be going back to FNAF. I know we're doing another FNAF one, shock, crazy horror. Oh my god. But after that one, and that one will have a very special guest in it. We're not spoiling it. You'll have to watch to find out. Bum bum bum. And then after that, we're going to be going to one Potato might have mentioned they wanted to see us do. Smile like you mean it. So, totally look for that. Alistair is going to get his debut on our channel, and we hope you all get to swing by and watch it. And with that, thank you all for watching our podcast here at the Chaos Creators Podcast.
Doing the outro.
And Potato has a very special thing to say to you. Please,
Yay!
Potato.
Yay! Okay, my turn. Okay, y'all gotta like, y'all gotta subscribe, y'all gotta comment how amazing I am, y'all gotta comment how what an ego I have because I'm so
And
amazing.
here's where we bring the hook out for Potato.
Shh, I'm not done. So you gotta like, you gotta subscribe, you gotta ring the bell, you gotta comment, you gotta do any other thing you do on a YouTube video because I said so. I'm
And
better.
with that, thank you, Potato. And with that, please definitely watch our music videos, and we are going to now do something really amazing. You come here. Off camera, boy. Come here.
Killer! Yay!
Come here, killer. Over here, closer to us.
On camera. On camera.
Sit
Wait,
next to
hold on,
Cupcakes.
My joystick's
Over
broken.
there. You're blocking
Everyone,
me.
say hello to one of our amazing friends who's been giving us a ton of support on this channel.
People
Killer. He doesn't have to talk at all, but he will be helping us out in future content, hopefully along with Cupcakes, who's running circles around him right now. So,
Wait,
if y'all guys can do one special thing
Dang,
for
I
me,
work
if you
at
watch
4
this,
in the morning. I'm trying my
you get
best.
all this, all the way down to here.
Archie died.
Archer just crashed, it's okay. If you get all the way to this point, please give a shout out to Killer. Bye, we love
I
you.
want a
Wait,
shout
Thank you
out.
all for all
not
the
bye
wonderful
yet.
support.
Not by
I
yet.
want a
Not
shout
by
out.
yet.
What do you mean?
And bye-bye. Noki's ending the recording now.
It's Doki's birthday! Say happy birthday!
It's also my birthday. Hi.